All right, good morning. It is Monday, August the 21st, 2023. We hope you had a nice weekend. It was another warm one here in Charleston. Kroll family, we stayed inside a good bit. We went outside back a little bit, put the sprinklers on so that the kids could burn some energy, but a pretty quiet weekend, which was really nice. Here in Charleston County, this week, school starts. All right, so as much as we love our kids, and we've been able to do some fun things this summer. I know my wife is pretty excited to get them out the door for a little bit more free time for herself, much deserved. So traffic also will get a little bit worse here in the morning, but that's okay. It's all right. In other news, about 2 weeks from now, the TD Ameritrade Charles Schwab merger transition set to close. All right, so Labor Day weekend. For those of you that pertains to, we will certainly help any way that we can. It seems like they really have done a decent job of getting ducks aligned. You likely have to set up a new Schwab login. But in terms of like check writing for qualified charitable distributions, among many other things, like it looks like things are they've done a pretty nice job there. So definitely something that we'll be touching on in your fall review. Okay, just wanted to bring up this morning. We're getting closer to fall season. Probably a good time to start considering some tax planning. All right. And this, of course, is something that we have the tax planning checklist for everyone that we work with, which we will be going over in detail here in the fall reviews coming up here in a few weeks. But we do have some viewers of the video here that don't work with us, so just kind of some reminders, some things you might want to be considering. A good time of year to start looking at, if you've been making qualified charitable distributions, if you've been writing checks out of your IRAs, just kind of where you stand. Have you fulfilled that RMD yet? With that check writing. Also things like Roth conversions. All right, good time of year to start working with your CPA, other financial professionals to you probably want to consider filling up some of those lower tax brackets if you're not already. Okay, we know that the current tax brackets are set to sunset in 2025, right? So we've got a couple more years here where tax rates are set to be lower. So for a number of people, it makes a lot of sense to fill up some of those lower brackets, get more money on the Roth side where the government can't be touching that later on. Also, tax loss harvesting. All right, and you might think, well, how am I going to tax loss harvest in a year where the market's done quite well, right? And I would encourage you to take a deeper dive. You might be surprised. Certain asset classes have underperformed this year, particularly fixed income. Again, right? So in 2022, fixed income really poor year, right? One of the worst on record. 2023, it not as bad as 2022, but bonds in 2023 have not been great either, right? So you might be able to go into your non-qualified accounts and take a look. You might be surprised. You might have a loser there where, particularly if you're in a higher earning year in 2023, you might want to try to capture that $3,000 loss that you can use to write off your ordinary income. So something to take a look at there. Outside of tax planning, markets last week were down a touch, primarily on stronger than expected retail sales. All right, so we're just kind of at that phase of the market cycle where when you get data that's too strong, it sounds weird saying that, but you get data that's too strong, it increases the probability, right, that the Federal Reserve will keep rates higher or potentially even raise them more should inflation become a concern again. So the stronger retail sales, you just saw the whole yield curve lift up a touch. Equities come down as discount rates rise. Not surprising either, right? To see markets come down a touch, given how strong equities have performed this year. Last thing that we're going to be keeping an eye on this week, and it's always interesting. So the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City, they hold their annual Jackson Hole meeting. Okay, so if you recall, this is the same meeting that last year Chairman Powell came out and said, he set his expectations how, the fire and brimstone, how horrible the economy was going to be. He expected it to be in the year to come, which obviously that hasn't come yet. All right, so a lot of the commentary coming out of there will be kind of fun and interesting to take a look at. So outside of that, we hope you have a wonderful week. Questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out to us. We're in full planning mode right now for getting ready for fall reviews. Probably sound like a broken record, but really fun time of year for us to prepare and get ready to see many of you. So we hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.